Hi, I'm dating expert Hayley Quinn, and in this video I'm going to be explaining why if you've just been dumped and it caught you blindsided, what was going through the guy's mind, and a simple strategy which is the best thing to do whether you want to carry on and be awesomely single or get him back. So sometimes I think that you can get dumped by a guy and it can feel like it's come really out of the blue, but that isn't necessarily what's going on in the guy's psychology.
So what can happen sometimes is that someone will be thinking about something and they may have lost their enthusiasm, motivation for a number of reasons for the relationship. And then that person, it will play on that person's mind, and then out of the blue, he sort of kind of says, like, I don't really want to do this anymore, or something to that effect. And to the woman, it's obviously going to seem like really like...
out of the blue.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he could, I think actually because of the guilt he might be experiencing or the indecision, which is natural when you do something big like break up a relationship, because of that, you may have noticed that his emotions seem to be varying. Maybe even he's had a spurt of putting more effort into the relationship. Maybe you sensed him pulling away, and so you've been trying extra hard. There's lots of things which could have accidentally caught you off guard. Now, the trick is, though, that even if you've been caught off guard, and even if immediately you want to be like, he's a narcissist, he's evil, I hate him, it's to cool off. Because right now you're in shock, you don't know what's happened, and you're going to want to react. And that reaction could be to ring him up. And also, literally, it's in our biology that when we're separated from our partner, our attachment system goes crazy and we are driven to try and reconnect with them. However, if you think about it this way, if he is feeling indecisive, and if he's feeling like it's been too much pressure, or he's not sure about the relationship, if you then pursue him at this interval, it's going to actually put even more pressure on what is left of the relationship and actually inevitably drive him away. Also, in 2 or 3 weeks' time, after the dust has settled, you might well look back on this and be like, I didn't even want to be with him anyway. So for loads of different reasons, your best strategy that you can do is, if you have been dumped or broken up with unexpectedly, first of all, I would say to go to ground, don't over communicate. If anything, if you want to communicate anything, keep it neutral. Don't be really unfriendly or unkind. Just say, hey, that was a bit of a surprise to me, but I understand why you might feel that way. I wish you all the best. The shorter and more neutral and unfazed your text message is, the more that's actually going to keep him off balance, and he'll start to think, oh, she maybe wasn't that into me, or maybe potentially I've lost out on something good. Then you know what? The best strategy for both showing him, hey, you know what, I am cool by myself, even if you thought this was too much pressure or you experienced me as being needy, I'm good in my own skin. And also the best strategy for also not getting back with that guy and going on about your life is the same thing. It's like, you withdraw from contact with him. If you're really struggling with that, I highly recommend, after you've got home from work or school, put your phone on airplane mode or put it in another room, do something which doesn't involve messaging to keep that temptation at bay. If you want to vent, use your female friends or family members or guy friends or whoever, not him, to contact with and really get that sensation of talking it through. Then, after a while, reinstigate your social media life. Carry on and fill your life with new activities, hobbies, and interests and friends. And the more momentum you have towards your future life, and the less you look backwards and the less you enter into blaming him or needing to dissect the relationship, he will actually also pick up on that, and his estimation of you is going to rise. Also, I think there's a shift in terms of how men and women experience breakups. I think that you right now as the woman, you might be, the shock when everything is going to catch you out, but then your social circle and your new life that's forthcoming is going to lift you up, so you're going to have an upswing, whilst he might initially be like, I'm free, just hands, and then be like...
And then he might hit a little dip sort of a couple months down the line.
When he realises that he hasn't actually met a woman that he's experienced the same connection with as you. And we have to also say that even if right now you feel like either A, he's a dick, or B, I really want him back, I think if the relationship has broken down to this level, it's actually really good for you to have at least a few weeks where you're not contacting him and you're by yourself, so you can remember your self-worth and your own sense of values, so that before you even consider trying to get back with him, you make sure that you're being motivated from the right space.
Yeah, I would say really huge tip for if you're experiencing a breakup, whether you're a guy or a girl, woman, whatever, is that you are doing things that you enjoy, like in abundance, and and that you're meeting lots of new people. You don't have to think about relationships or anything like that, but just that you're in a space that you're not staying at home getting angry. That's the really important thing.
Yeah, and to not think about jumping straight back into dating. Because right now, whilst it might be tempting again to want to get that validation from somewhere else, the best thing you can do is actually get that sense of self-worth entirely independently from a guy. Because if you start trying to date again, immediately you're going to experience the connection the guys you're meeting doesn't match up to the connection you had with him, and it can actually leave you feeling worse. It can also look like, from the outside, like a knee-jerk reaction to having a bad breakup. It's actually a lot more strength. Even if he's moved on with someone else, screw him. There's a lot more strength, actually, I think, in rediscovering your independence and your own life. So if you're a woman and you want to get more in your independent groove and really enjoy being single and feel super empowered in dating and know when to draw the line on bad relationships, please head over to hayleyquinn.com/real love, where I'm going to be giving you a free video mini-series which is going to talk to you about how you can be single, alone, and super successful and confident in your dating life.
Cool, and I've been Jack from How to Attract, same title for my YouTube channel if you'd like to subscribe, follow, and check it out.